Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary, Zerg versus Zerg this time. My commentaries have been a bit sparse lately because I've actually been streaming every single morning starting around 11 p.m. PST. If you guys can't make it, you can check out the VODs at twitch.tv/PsyStarcraft. And this guy's actually asking about my streaming. Wow! And if you want to know when I am streaming, you can follow me on Facebook.com/PsyStarcraft, Twitter.com/PsyStarcraft. And I usually go for a couple hours. Yesterday I actually went for 9 hours. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I'm saying yes, I'm streaming. Don't cheat! If I'm streaming, please don't snipe me. But anyway, the map is Backwater Basin. We've got vilePsY in the top right versus AuronXgorden. That sounds like a Final Fantasy type name. I don't really remember. In the bottom left. And the reason I'm showing this game is because I like watching short games myself that are interesting. And this is a short, interesting game. I employ a really unusual strategy for a ZVZ game. And it kind of, well, you'll see what happens. But I urge you to stick around because it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, you can see in the beginning, we're going almost identical openings. My drones just popping now are equal. Oh, he's actually a bit behind. He needs to work on getting that drone count up. And a very solid Zerg opening is 14 pool or 14 gas. Build back up to 14 pool. Damn it, people. Come on now. Build back up to 14 pool and then throw it down. And this will allow you to defend against a 7 pool, a 6 pool with a little bit of drone micro. It flat out beats a 10 pool. Just don't overproduce lings when a 10 pool comes, otherwise the 10 pool will actually be ahead. And if they fast expand, you still have a lot of aggressive options. You know, like speedlings, or you can go quickly into banelings after your speed gets done. And it's still very good. Even if you want to go a macro game against a 15 hatch, you can do that too. The only thing a 15 hatch really does is gives you a lot of larva. Now, a hatch first does not necessarily ensure you an economic advantage because you're spending a lot of minerals on getting a hatchery rather than spending that 300 minerals on getting 6 drones. So if you see a hatchery first build, do not feel like you have to be completely aggressive. Just balance your drones and your units and you'll be fine. You'll be ahead in economy probably because you'll be getting drones first instead of a hatchery first. So that said, completely identical openings. Both players now getting a queen, speed, and about 4 lings. And now yes or no, I forget what he said. I don't know. You guys are probably reading that, so you don't really need to know. Oh, he's asking if it was a coin flip. It kind of is. Like I mentioned earlier, 14 gas, 14 pool kind of beats everything, but some builds will have an advantage over it, some builds won't, and so on. Now, this opening you're going to see out of me is very unusual. I don't recommend that you emulate it, because it's not very good. It's not very consistent. And my opponent doesn't handle it very well. But, you know, I'm just kind of having fun this game. I just wanted to try it to see if it would work. So, yeah, after that first 100 gas, you can see we did pull off gas. He pulled a little bit later than I did. I'm usually good at pulling out fast. And this this hatchery is going down after a second queen is being produced, and he's actually choosing not to produce a second queen, and I don't like this. I like to have the second queen ready for when this expansion completes, and instead of getting a second queen, looks like he's getting a lot more zerglings. So, because he produced 5 more lings, 7 more lings than me, I have 4 more drones than him, and that's going to add up over time in this game. So, Zerg versus Zerg is extremely delicate, like any mirror match. You want to get, or any matchup really, you want to get just enough units to survive, and all the rest you want to get drones. You know, ZVT, ZVP, ZVZ, it's all the same. You want all your units to be drones, except what you need to survive against any attack. Now, we can see here I might be taking that concept a little overboard. I've got 20 drones to his 13 drones, but he's got 21 lings to my 4 lings. I do see this incoming because I've got some overlords positioned on the map, and I'm producing 10 more lings. I don't know if they're going to get that in time. The queen, run, queen! Oh, she should have hit to the top. No, the queen's going to go down, but she is on the ramp. She's helping block the ramp. The second queen now moving in to assist on this slow creep. Now 10 lings rallying. It looks like I will be okay. I've got about 17 lings to his 14, it looks like, and that was perfect. That was actually perfect timing on my part. I did lose a queen, but you can see I got just enough lings to prevent him from killing me, but I got a lot of drones, and now we are evening out in the drones. But you have to remember, I was up by about 4 or 5 drones, maybe even more than that, while all that was going on. So I have a slight economic edge at this point, and now he saw a lot of lings from me. He doesn't really know what to expect, so he's pumping out some banelings. Now, when you see these banelings, you're going to see me scout these banelings. when you see banelings in your opponent's base, you can expect them to be defensive banelings. These are not going to waddle all the way across the map to my base and try to burn my drones or anything like that. These are purely defensive. I recognize that. I know I don't need to pump like roaches or spines or anything like that. Now in a normal game, I'd probably just drone up at this point extremely hard. Knowing these banelings are defensive, I get a roach warren just in case, at the small chance that he does move out with these banelings. But this game I chose something a little different. I have an evolution chamber, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go masslings, and I'm just going to see what happens. Now masslings, of course, is terrible against defensive banelings, but there's a kicker. I have a +1 upgrade on the way. Zerglings have 35 life, banelings have 35 damage. So if Zerglings have 1 armor, they will get 2-shotted by banelings instead of 1-shotted by banelings. My opponent trying to get some scouting information. Of course, remember, I did see his banelings. He's not able to really see what I had. I think he might have seen all my Zerglings. I'm not sure. He's still continuing to drone up, but you got to remember, if this attack does nothing, I will probably lose. I'm down by 11 harvesters right now, so I'm falling behind as we speak, and I'm actually waiting for my evolution chamber to complete its armor upgrade before I move in. So once I do approach his base, it's going to be all about positioning my lings out here, and it's going to be a balancing act. How many lings do I want to send in to try to kill off these banelings? Avoid getting all your lings surrounded by these banelings, or surrounding the banelings with your lings, I should say. And just try to balance all of that. You see I am getting a couple more drones to fund my 2 queen, 2 hatch production. You can't quite fund 2 hatches with injects on 27 harvesters, it seems. And now I don't want to send all my lings in. I don't want to give away my hand. I'm just sending a couple in, what I had earlier, just to scope him out, see if he's getting any roaches, see if he's getting any more banelings. He's got them positioned over here, hopefully to avoid any, you know, suicide lings to take him out. And now I am doing some scouting, make sure he's not going spire, see if he's getting roaches, stuff like that. And I do see the roach warren, and what else will I see? The lair is on the way. I do see that finish, and 2 of these lings might actually get out. No, run, ling, run! And he actually gets out, moving the banelings. See how he's moving the banelings to prevent them from exploding on that ling, were I to run next to those banelings. And now that is a lot of Zerglings. 83 Zerglings. They do have that armor upgrade. I'm moving out. He sees exactly what I'm doing. And now what does he do? In response, he makes 9 more banelings. Very smart move. He was probably saving the gas for roaches and upgrades, but he had to make banelings because he actually supply capped himself. 5 overlords on the way. Holy cow, that's crazy. So I'm moving with these banelings, and now what I want to do here is I want to send in... I know I've got him outnumbered hugely on the ling count, so I don't feel too bad sending in about 5 or 6 lings every time to kill 2 banelings. And I say 2 banelings because they have that +1 armor. It will take 2. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit for you here. 2 banelings, 3 banelings actually used to kill about 8 Zerglings. Not a good trade for him. And here we go again. Don't want to send in every single ling. Oh, almost had a misstep there. And now he's got what? He's got 10 banelings. I've got 93 Zerglings. And here we are again trying to pick off a couple of banelings. He's not really making any more. He's trying to rally in some roaches, I think. Yeah, he's got 4 roaches, 12 lings on the way. And again, sending in very few amounts of Zerglings. There we go, bursting about 3 or 4 banelings with a couple of... Oh, no! Don't... Oh, my God! You guys all could have been balls of acid. Now I'm moving in. He has no units, but all my Zerglings are getting one-shotted by his drones. I don't think I should be moving in right now. An LOL from Auron, and now running out. I need my Zerglings to heal. 20 more Zerglings on the way. Keep your injects up. This queen needs to inject. Actually, she already did. Never mind. Good job, bitch. And now running in with more lings, looking for some banelings. I don't want to send my full force until I know he doesn't have any banelings. The rest of my lings running in, back up to faster speed, getting a decent surround on these roaches, but a lot of them are still weak. They're getting one-shotted by the roaches. And ZVZ Fun says my opponent... Oh, and he actually GG's. I don't know if that GG was a bit early or what. Well, let's check out the unit count. Okay, I had 48. Okay, I had 48 Zerglings on the way, or a lot of Zerglings on the way anyway. I don't think he would have been able to recover from that. I think one thing he could have done a little bit better is rally some lings down here, baneling them, and then run them up. But, you know, a really fun strategy, some decent management of the Zerglings on the banelings, except for that last one right there where they all exploded on him. And it just shows you the power of the upgrade thresholds. +1 armor on Zerglings, so damn effective against banelings. Not something you see that often. I do not recommend this strategy. I'm more of a macro player. I just decided to have some fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, and as always, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and this. GG!